Hi guys, welcome back to Gadgets 101. We have the very first video for 2026 and this is the very first product purchase that I've done in this year. So I'm excited to share my reviews and the unboxing of how this product goes like. Just to give you some context, this is a premium television and if you are into binge watching, movie watching, do a lot of streaming and there's like an OTT content that you watch quite a lot. And apart from that, if you are also into gaming, this is the most value for money product out there in the market. Let's start off with the unboxing.
So I have sped up the video for you to quickly see what is all in the box and how it looks. If you can see, the back end side has been added with the graphite layer. This is the slim wall mount that it comes with, and yeah, I'm happy to peel off that plastic off it. The build quality of the TV is well built. It has a solid aluminum back running through across its edges, and in the very back you have a plastic panel. The good thing this year is there's a graphite like coating done in the back and it gives like a good edge, but then the TV is gonna be hanging from the wall, so it doesn't really matter. At the back there's no flush design so that it doesn't, there's like a gap in between the TV and the wall, and if that bothers you, then LG C5 is not the way to go for you. You must upgrade to the LG G5 and it supports like a wall frame design, but that's totally a nitpicking on this TV.
Talking about the picture quality, you can see this is having a 4K display. Apart from 4K, it supports HDR10, HDR10 Plus and HLG. Alongside that, we also have Dolby Vision embossed in this particular TV. What happens with this is it kind of amplifies the colors that are coming out of the screen, and given that this is an OLED screen, the contrast ratio is just amazing. It tends to near infinity, and with the perfect blacks that it has, it makes content viewing just a simple pleasure. What happens with Dolby Vision is that in this product, they have upgraded the Dolby Vision, and the support for Dolby Vision 2 is also expected to come in this particular variant. Compared to last year's LG C4 OLED, this has brighter levels, and this is comparable to the last year's top-end flagship, which was the LG G4. So it currently matches the brightness levels and it peaks up to 1000 nits. We also have a 144 Hertz variable refresh rate on this one. So if you're gaming, this will particularly help. We'll talk more about that in the next section. But before that, natively it comes out of 120 Hertz and it supports AI upscaling, and it kind of creates that smooth motion and smooth picture quality for you. In terms of the viewing angles and even the contrast ratio and the colors, this is a very hard to beat TV in this pricing. And now a sample of a dark environment and the OLED blacks. Then we come to the sound of this TV. Now, I will attach a sample of sound for you to hear yourself. But talking about the specifications, it comes with dual channel 2.1 40 watt speakers. Now, this is a standard across all TV brands. 40 watts is good. But what sets it aside is that through AI Sound Pro mode, it upscales the sound and it creates a virtual 7.1 channel surround sound experience. So this is same as Apple recreating their spatial audio so that you get like a full room experience. That being said, it is still good for decent watching. But if you like the full cinematic experience, given the limitations of these panels being very thin and light. Getting a full-scale speaker inside of these is a challenge. So if you want to go for a full cinematic experience, my recommendation would be invest 15 to 30,000 rupees more based on your budget and go for a good soundbar.
So to give you a sample of how the sound delivers on this TV, I'll play a quick audio sample. The volume level will be limited at 20, and this is a medium sized room so that you can make an idea of how the sound quality is gonna be. What I'll also do is I'll first set the system on standard and then I'll play an AI Sound Pro system.
So if you are a gamer and you have a PS5 or an Xbox, this is a perfect combination for that. It offers 120 Hz support for refresh rates, and other than that, it also has certain features of VRR and ALM. It also has an NVIDIA G-Sync support, making your games come alive whenever you are gaming.
And now talking about the interface, this comes with webOS 26. So LG has started a program of webOS wherein it is named on the ear, and it supports up to 5 years of software support. We also have the special C5 OLEDs remote, and this is a magic remote. As you can see, if I wave, it acts as a pointer and you can just directly click on any of the tabs that you are willing to. This remote has kind of changed from the last year's C4 OLED, and if you can see, it is more of an industrial design and this rectangular finish rather than the curvature one that we earlier used to get. And we have a click wheel, the pointer, and the back button. Up and down goes the volume. Then we have for the channel change, settings, and all your hotkeys tagged to Netflix, Sony, Prime Videos, and Alexa. It do comes with inbuilt Alexa support, and we also have like an AI button right over here, which kind of gives you an access to all the AI features. So what I've done is I only use the AI Sound Pro mode, so I have not kind of programmed it as of now. So you can see it doesn't work. But while set up, if you want, you can go ahead and program it. Talking about the apps, the app load up is quite quick, and Netflix just opens like that. Coming back, we have a full array of support through App Store, and most of the apps that you're going to use, you will be able to find them here. Be it Sony Live, Hotstar, or any other streaming apps, it also have certain game section. So if you are into playing games through LG, you can just go with it. My recommendation would be hook up your PS, hook up your Xbox, and enjoy this TV to its maximum limit. We also have a couple of functionalities such as multi-view. So what multi-view helps you do is that you can have your TV placed in split screen. So maybe one screen you are doing your AirPlay, and on the other screen you might be watching the live TV. And then we also have support for LG channels, wherein LG through internet delivers you a couple of channels. So I primarily do not use any of the TV. My main source is OTT services. But if you are into this, you have a couple of host of selection, and you can watch news, you can watch entertainment channels, and there's like a whole guide to it. So apart from news channels, we have a lot of selection of channels also available, be it entertainment, be it sports. I also own the Samsung Frame TV, and they also have a similar functionality available where you can live stream all these channels. But I would still say Samsung's offering is better than LG's. The whole EPG or the program guide is slightly finicky here in LG. But then for my particular use case, since I barely use this feature,
it doesn't matter to me as much. But if you're somebody for whom this is a hot issue and you would base your purchase decision on this particular feature, I would say Samsung will get the brownie points here. Coming to ports, these are all the ports that you're gonna get, and I thought I'll just directly make a video of it because a lot of times just talking about it doesn't make sense until you see which kind of ports are on offer. So we have 3 USB ports, then we have 4 HDMI ports, and this makes this TV an amazing experience because you can hook a lot of devices with it. So the first port is the one that you should hook your PlayStation or the Xbox here. It supports 120 Hertz. Then the second port is the EARC port, and you should hook your soundbar here. And then it leaves 2 other additional ports for you to plug in if you are wanting to share content through your laptop or any other device. Moving on, we have a LAN port and the optical output. This is the standard. Then we also have the antenna port, and I'm not sure if anybody is using it in today's age, but if you are, then you have it sorted. On to next, we have the IR blaster. So up until LG C4, there used to be an IR blaster attachment coming with it. So if you want to use your remote via infrared, it used to support that. But with the change in the remote this year, that functionality has gone away. Talking about its price based on your current location and the dealer discounts and all the running offers and discounts, and say you can bag this product in a range of 1 lakh up till 1,10,000. And so there you go, guys. That was the complete rundown. My experience has been stellar with this TV. I have already clocked around 120 watch hours on this one, and my main reason to buy this TV is the inky blacks. You just cannot beat the picture quality of an OLED. QLEDs are fine, but very honestly, they do not deliver that good of a picture quality, and the viewing angles are pretty bad as compared to an OLED TV. So if you are into Netflix, if you are into content watching, content streaming, this is the way to go. Do not need to worry about the burn-in issues. LG has kind of refined their product over so many years, and they are the #1 leader in OLED TVs. So the alternate options still exist. You can go with the Samsung S90, S95 and S85 if you want to go a tier down. But those are the alternate options, and I would say that the picture quality is good on that as well, but it comes to your tuning. So the picture quality is very vivid and amplified as how it is with Samsung phones versus the iPhones. The same thing happens here in the TVs as well. So their picture is more contrasty, it is more saturated as compared to LG TVs. With LG, you'll get the true colors, and with the filmmaker mode on, you can be rest assured the picture quality and the color accuracy that you are getting is up to mark. So I hope this kind of helps you get a sense of how this TV is performing, how my experience has been, and if you have a similar use case and you are only watching it for movie streamings and gaming, I think this is the way to go. There are a lot of TVs out there in the market. The quality this TV is producing, nobody holds a candle to it. So that's it, guys. This was the very first review of this year. I hope this helps you make a purchase decision. If not, it was entertaining and informative. But hope to see you soon in the next video. Until then, take care.